The Metal Citadels, the reign of the ship shell hermit. The Hook. A deep-sea explorer's floodlight hits a rusted destroyer, sitting upright on the sandy floor of the Atlantic. But something is wrong. The ship is moving. A massive, chitinous leg, the size of a crane arm, extends from the jagged hole in the hull. Then another. Slowly, the entire 500-foot vessel begins to tilt and crawl across the silt. The ship isn't just a wreck. It is the shell for a crustacean so large its heartbeat can be felt through the surrounding water. The ghost ship has found a new, living master. The introduction. The hermit crab is nature's most famous recycler, known for finding discarded snail shells to protect its soft, vulnerable abdomen. But in the deep ocean, where biological shells are small and scarce, evolution has taken a turn toward the industrial. In the Hattel graveyards, where the remains of human history, ships, planes, and submarines lie forgotten, a species of giant hermit crab has adapted to use these steel structures as protection. These are the iron hermits, creatures that have moved beyond the limits of nature to embrace the debris of civilization. They turn the tragedies of the surface world into the fortresses of the deep, creating a symbiotic relationship between rotting steel and prehistoric muscle. The anatomy of an industrial giant. The ship shell hermit is a biological anomaly. Its central body is a mass of powerful muscle and sensory organs, but its posterior is elongated and soft, specifically evolved to hook into the internal corridors and bulkheads of a sunken vessel. Their claws have evolved to be incredibly dense, capable of tearing through rusted iron plates to remodel their home, ensuring they have access to the outside world while remaining safely tucked within the engine room or cargo hold. Their exoskeleton is unique. It absorbs minerals from the rusting steel around it, giving the crab a dark metallic hue and a shell strength that far exceeds any natural crustacean. They are the ultimate tank of the abyss, protected by inches of human-forged steel and their own reinforced chitin. Living inside the ghost ships. For these crabs, a ship is more than just a house. It is a mobile ecosystem. As the crab moves the ship across the seafloor, it disturbs the sediment, uncovering buried nutrients and smaller creatures for it to consume. Inside the hull, the crab's presence creates a sheltered environment for deep-sea worms, eels, and barnacles, turning the wreck into a vibrant, moving reef. The largest individuals are rumored to inhabit submarines. A submarine's cylindrical, pressure-resistant hull is the perfect shape for a giant hermit crab. Once the creature manages to enter through a breached hatch, it secures its tail in the torpedo tubes and becomes one with the vessel. To a sonar operator above, it would appear as a ghost submarine moving at an impossible crawling pace. The climax, the duel of the citadels. The most spectacular event in the life of an iron hermit is the shell exchange. As the crab grows, even a destroyer may become too small. It must find a larger wreck. Imagine two of these giants encountering each other near a newly sunken freighter. The current master of the freighter, perhaps a slightly smaller crab, must defend its home. The two living ships collide. The sound is a deafening symphony of grinding metal and snapping chitin. The crabs don't just use their claws, they use the momentum of the ships they carry to ram each other. It is a battle of the citadels, where the winner claims a larger, stronger piece of human history, and the loser is left naked and vulnerable in the dark. The rivalry. Flesh versus corrosion. The greatest enemy of the iron hermit is not a predator, but time. The salt water that feeds the ocean also destroys the crab's home through corrosion. A crab must constantly maintain its shell, using its claws to clear away excessive rust that might trap it inside. This creates a fascinating rivalry between the biological desire for a permanent home and the chemical reality of decay. This struggle defines the crab's lifespan. An iron hermit may live for centuries, moving from a small fishing boat to a freighter, and finally to a massive battleship. Each move is a high-stakes gamble, a moment of vulnerability where the king of the wreck becomes just another piece of soft meat for the sharks. The legacy of the sunken fortress. The Iron Hermits are the guardians of our forgotten history. By inhabiting these wrecks, they slow down their collapse, moving them into new areas of the ocean where they can support different life forms. They are a bridge between the world of the sun and the world of the eternal night. Their legacy is a reminder that nature is never finished with what we leave behind. To us, a shipwreck is a tragedy or a monument. To the ship-shell hermit, it is an opportunity. They show us that in the abyss, nothing goes to waste. The steel we forged to cross the oceans eventually becomes the armor for the creatures that truly own them. In the silent, dark graveyards of the deep, the ghost ships are still sailing. They move across the sand, powered by rhythmic pulses of massive hearts and the slow crawl of armored legs. The Iron Hermits are the new captains of the abyss, and they will continue to roam the darkness long after the names on their hulls have been eaten away by time and salt.